He has 10 minutes for questions, so we'll start in New York. Amelie, please.
What do we need in order to save 87 million lives next year? We need protection for our work. We need that energetic peacemaking. And we need $23 billion. Of course, we need so much more. But this plan shows how we will spend that first $23 billion of what I'm sure we will raise on the most urgent, prioritized life-saving work. And I know budgets are tight right now. Families everywhere are under strain. But the world spent $2.7 trillion on defense last year, on guns and arms. And I'm asking for just over 1% of that.
Great. We'll move to Geneva and take a question from there. Laurent Siro from Swiss News.
So why, you'll be right to ask, 87 million, when so many more than this need our help? The plan sets out where we need to focus our collective energy first. It's therefore based on excruciating life and death choices. Beyond that, of course, there is so much more that we must and should be doing. And this plan has details of what more we could do with more support. And I, of course, commend to you the superb appeals being launched for next year across the humanitarian community. But we have to start somewhere. And this plan identifies where, on the basis of data and on the basis of a massive evidence-gathering exercise across 50 countries. Good morning, good afternoon, colleagues, and thank you. It's the cuts, ultimately, that are forcing us into these tough, brutal choices that we're having to make. But at the heart of that, we want to ensure that the highest possible proportion of what we have is going to those organizations and individuals on the front lines and going to the communities we serve, and not to institutions and organizations and agencies. We want to minimize the transaction costs on the way through. Excellent meeting with President Trump here in New York in September. Programs to protect women and girls were slashed. Hundreds of aid organizations shut. And over 380 aid workers were killed, the highest on record. So as you've heard me say before, we are overstretched, underfunded, and under attack. Only 20% of our appeals are supported. And we drive the ambulance towards the fire on your behalf. But we are also now being asked to put the fire out. And there is not enough water in the tank. And we're being shot at.
Sorry, and I think I called on Nick. So Nick Cumming-Bruce from the New York Times in Geneva, please.
This is a time when the rules are in retreat, when the scaffolding of coexistence is under sustained attack, when our survival antennae have been numbed by distraction and corroded by apathy, when we are putting more energy and money into finding new ways to kill each other, while dismantling the hard-won ways we've developed to protect ourselves from our worst instincts, when politicians boast of cutting aid, a time when, while some build driverless cars and contemplate a utopian life on Mars, the reality for most is a driverless world and an increasingly dystopian life on the planet we have.
ابتسام عازم العربي الجديد newspaper. 2 quick points.